Today we're going to learn about biconditionals and counterexamples. First we're going to do biconditionals. So a biconditional statement is a statement that is truth both forward and backward. So no matter if you do the regular conditional statement and the converse, both of them will still be true or make sense. Both the original statement and its converse are true. Definitions are always biconditional statements, and they can be written in if and only if form. Okay, so since the color coding helped you guys a little bit, if a figure is a triangle, then it has three sides. I am going to flip-flop those for the converse. So if it has three sides, then a figure is a triangle. That is 100% true. All three-sided objects are triangles. So what we're going to do for the biconditional is our biconditional will say it has three sides, and instead of then we're going to write if and only if a figure is a triangle. So it has three sides. So you're going to take the if off completely. And then instead of then, you're going to write if and only if. A figure is a triangle. And you could have written it the other way. It could have been written a figure is a triangle if and only if it has three sides. Both are perfectly acceptable. That's what it means to be true both forward and backwards. So you can write it both ways, and both are acceptable. So we have, if two lines never intersect, then they are parallel. If a line is parallel, if lines are parallel, then they never intersect. And that is 100% true. All parallel lines will never ever intersect. So I'm still going to write the same thing as highlighted above and take out the then. So I'm going to leave the yellow. It'll say two lines never intersect. Here I'm going to write if and only if, then they are parallel. Ooh. So if you want to see it color coded, two lines never intersect, same as above. They are parallel. The only thing I did is took the if completely away and replaced the then with if and only if. A counterexample is a specific example that proves a statement is false. It must be true for the hypothesis, but show the conclusion is false. If it is not true for the hypothesis, then the statement does not apply. So what that means is, this one says, if an animal is a dog, then it is a Labrador. We have to keep the yellow stuff true. So we still have to choose an animal that is a dog, but one that is not a Labrador. So the yellow has to be true, still stay true, and then we have to find something that proves this false. So what is a dog that is not a Labrador? I'm sure you can come up with all sorts of examples, and that is perfectly fine. You can name any. There are Mastiffs, Poodles, Chihuahuas. I mean, there are so many dogs. It does not have to be a Labrador. Let's just do a German Shepherd. I'm not sure how to spell shepherd. There we go. I know it's wrong. Deal with it. If a figure is a triangle, then it is an isosceles. So we have to find an example that is a triangle, but that is not an isosceles. And a lot of you are probably thinking equilateral, but an equilateral is an isosceles also. You have to think of one, and you have to remember that equilateral and isosceles are talking about sides of triangles. So we have to come up with a triangle that is not isosceles or equilateral. So the only other triangle that exists, it's called a scalene. I know we haven't actually gone over that yet, but that's why this is an example. Scalene is a triangle where all three sides are different lengths. Isosceles is two of the same sides, and equilateral, three of the same sides. Scalene is none of the same sides. So if you were at school, then you are a teacher. We have to find an example that is still a person that is at a school that is not a teacher. So you can use student, janitor, secretaries, principals, any of those. So I'm going to choose a student. If an angle is acute, then it measures 35 degrees. We have to find something that proves this true. So an acute angle, that is not 35 degrees. Any acute angle that is not 35. So any number between 0 and 90, that is not 35. So I'm just choosing 24 degrees just because, but it can be any number. You are a girl, then you are blonde. So we have to come up with an example that is still a girl that is not blonde. So in this case, any other color of hair that girls have. Black, brown, red. I'm going to say brunette. And then, if there are two angles, then they are supplementary. So it still has to be two angles, but two angles that are not supplementary. So you can come up with any two angles that are not supplementary. Just choose any two. Let's say a 30-degree angle and a 40-degree angle. It has to be any two pairs of angles that do not add up to 180. That is the end of your lesson for today.